Case in point, we had the 2 copper washers and we were minutes away from our engine exploding and the plane coming to the ground quicker than we would have liked. Well guys, guess what's back from the repair shop? Our new, old Cessna 210. As you guys saw last video, we ran into a very, very major problem with this plane. Just, what, 8 hours after buying it? Literally the first flight after getting it home, a disaster struck when oil pressure dropped to 0 and the engine quit. Luckily on the ground. Now I'm sure you all have been looking forward to this video, the what happened video, the repair video, the total cost breakdown video. Everyone wants to know what went wrong and how much it cost to fix it. Well, what if I told you it might have just been a $2 mistake? Now again, we don't know if it's 100% fixed yet because we haven't flown it. That's what we're doing today. So we're gonna be the guinea pigs today, flying it for the first time. What could go wrong? No, just kidding, knock on wood. Nothing will go wrong. So I'm not gonna lie, I am just a little bit worried taking this first flight because what if it happens again? What if the problem comes back and we're actually flying this time? You know, there is some risk involved, but we have to be to Monterey Car Week for the massive car show that goes on in Carmel and the Concours d'Elegance and Pebble Beach and the Quail car show, and that's tomorrow. So I figured what a good chance to test out the 210, make sure the repair works and that the plane is back to 100%. It is like a 4.5 hour flight up there, so hopefully nothing goes wrong. But anyway, that's the plan for today. I have the bill right here, the cost breakdown of everything that they did, and like I said, this one's probably gonna surprise you. Fingers crossed, crisis averted. So anyway, so I'll explain everything in just a moment when we hit the skies, and then I'll break down everything on this invoice and exactly what they did and what happened. But part of what they needed to do was drain the oil and refill it with fresh oil and a new filter. So with that said, we brought along some cam guard to add to the 9 quarts of Phillips 2050 to get it right to a happy level to go flying for the first time. So we got it right here. This stuff is awesome for the health of your engine. It's good to put it in at every oil change. It lessens the metal on metal wear because it creates a film that goes in between them, and it's all chemically backed. The guy who founded this is like a chemical engineer, worked for big oil companies, so he knows what he's doing, and he formulated this blend. You might be thinking like the Shell 100 Plus is the same thing, it's just the same additive. No, not at all. This is like 10 times as potent of an additive. So you really want to go with cam guard, and I would go with a Phillips 20 weight 50 to save the money off like the Shell 100 Plus, and you get the cold start benefits of that 20 weight on cold start so that you're not destroying your engine or oil pump when it's 40 degrees and you're trying to pump 50 grade straight weight molasses through your engine. So I always recommend a multi-weight oil. Maybe if you're in the summer of Arizona the whole time during the oil change, you can get away with straight 50, but otherwise multi-weight is where it's at. Okay, just added the cam guard, we're good to go, but we gotta check the fuel level, but it's a high wing, so we can't reach with no ladder, so we're doing it old school. I'm nearly tall enough. I can reach it, but I can't see in it. Okay. All right. Nearly full. All right. Yeah. Okay, same level on this. So, all right, down we go. Go. We're full. Let's hit it. We'll easily make it. 9.5 gallons per hour. Lean and peak, this thing just cruises at 10.5. So with 80 gallons, we got plenty. We're in. Hot. Oh gosh. Putting oil in it right now. We're just waiting for that to get up into the green. There we go. So super cool feature on this plane. I'm not sure if we mentioned in the last video, it's got a pre-oiling system. So it gets the oil shot up to the top of the engine so you're not dry cranking that metal on metal. Heck yeah. There we go. Man, listen to that meaty engine.
Get up ground 24-4, that's up. Chandler Ground, how you doing? Centurion 6661 X-ray, a transient with Alpha, taxi for a southwest departure.
Centurion 6661 X-ray, Chandler Ground, runway 22 right, taxi via Alpha, November.
Alpha November 22 right, 6661 X-ray. Okay, Alpha November. All right, I'm gonna get us going here. Cleared on the left. Clear on the right. Test those brakes. Brakes are good. All right, so Alpha is gonna be this one just next to us, and then November is gonna be the one that connects to the runway. All right. So you guys have seen Sean on the channel before. How's it going, guys? You guys remember him from the our first flight lessons in the SR20. It's been great flying with him quite a bit lately. Never in the 210 yet. For all you guys that I keep bugging them to get their license, Now is the time. We're gonna get it done. We promise you that.
Yeah, literally, we could have just commercialed up to California, but I'm like, no. So Sean's like doing God's work over here to make it happen. He has to
100%.
be like leaving. He sold a plane to Brazil, this Phenom jet, so you have to leave to ferry that tonight. So we literally land, and he Ubers immediately if we make it in time to San Jose Airport to get right back here to get on a flight.
It's gonna be tight.
Anyway, down to business.
All right, let's do it. Before takeoff flight controls, I'm up, I'm down. That's up, that's down. Elevators, up, down, and left rudder, right rudder. Mixture, we'll keep it full for now. Power, let's go to 17. Okay, we'll go to the left, look for a drop. Good drop.
130, yeah.
All right, we'll note 1570, go to the right. That's also good.
110, okay.
Yep, 30 between. Yep, we're gonna cycle the props. Okay, rise in manifold, drop in RPM. Got a rise in oil pressure.
Idle test.
Yep, we're gonna bring her all the way back.
Yeah, it idles really good.
Yeah, she likes to run.
Never dies, yeah. I say never dies as it dies literally last time we were in it.
Exactly.
But I'm watching everything like a hawk. Got this JPI 930 right in front of my eyes. I'm
Really?
not losing sight of this thing while he does all of
This panel is freaking
the
sweet.
takeoff. Oh yeah, it's your first time really playing with it. It's crazy, nice.
126.1, yep, that's good. Chandler Tower, Centurion 6661 X-ray, short of 22 right, ready for departure.
Centurion 6661 X-ray, Chandler Tower, fly straight up, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
Straight up, clear for takeoff, 22 right, 6661 X-ray. We'll get the landing lights on, we'll get the strobes on. Yeah, the final is clear. The runway is clear. Let's go flying, boys.
Let's do it.
Monterey Car Week, here we come. All right, our power's set.
Everything's in the green.
Airspeed's alive.
Everything's good over here. All right, real shallow climb we're gonna do, guys. Do it, because we're heavy and it's hot.
Yeah, gear's coming up now. All right, so we're gonna make a slight right turn here. Start making our way in front of the Estrella Mountains over
Centurion
here.
61 X-ray, food change, see you later.
Talk to you guys later. 6661 X-ray, see ya. A little bumpy getting out of here. Phoenix approach, good afternoon. Centurion 6661 X-ray. Requesting flight following at 8,500 to Palo Alto, Papa Alpha Oscar.
Centurion 6661 X-ray, squawk 0732.
0732, 6661 X-ray.
All right, up below 6,000.
All right, clear through the Bravo, present heading, maintain 6,000, 6661 X-ray, thanks. All right, we'll fly 260 heading, we're clear to the Bravo, and we'll maintain 6,000.
Bingo.
Everything's looking good.
All right, guys, made it up to 7,000, which is the highest they'll give us for now. Of course, we want to go to about 8,500, maybe even 10,500. But
not really going a proper VFR cruising altitude right now, but
yeah, we're going west, and they have us stuck at 7,000, so doesn't even make sense.
761 X-ray, contact Albuquerque Center on 126.45. Good day.
2645, 61 X-ray, see ya. Albuquerque Center, Centurion 6661 X-ray, we're restricted at 7.
6661 X-ray, Albuquerque Center, traffic's 11 o'clock, 3 miles eastbound Hawker out of 9,500 descending.
We're looking 61 X-ray.
Yep, right there. No factor.
And we got that traffic in sight, 61 X-ray, no factor.
61 X-ray, roger, altitude, your discretion.
Thanks, sir.
All right, guys, now for my favorite part. The last thing we need to do before we're just dialed in and cruising, and we can talk about the whole maintenance repair, is leaning it out. So,
fuel.
Here we go. So we're going to pull the prop back to 2,300. We'll cruise there, see how it likes it. Maybe we'll put it down at 2,250. We did one time, but let's try 2,300. Right there, wide open throttle, because up here we're not making full manifold pressure anyway. Yep. And now the mixture, we're at 57% power, so we can't do any damage. There's no danger zone. There's no red box. So now we're just going to turn it to the left until they peak. 10 lean a peak, 20 lean a peak. Oh yeah, I forgot there's lean fine.
Oh, nice, okay.
It should be like 10 point something gallons per hour. They're about to peak, there we go.
Okay, right, Aviation.
Now we're going back down.
American 1766.
Okay. LA Center, Centurion 6661 X-ray, level 8,500.
Center 6661 X-ray, LA Center, welcome. Email turn 2963.
2963, 61 X-ray.
That's it. Everything's working perfectly. Everything's indicating nicely. Cylinders are happy. Oil pressures and temperatures are where they should be. cruising level, 8,500 feet, without the sun blasting in our face. So we can finally have a good camera angle for you guys to review what was done on this plane. Oh, by the way, we got Tyler in the back. I wasn't trying to ignore him. We were just busy filming. He's hitching a ride to Monterey with us. You've never been to Car Week?
No, I haven't. This is my first time.
All right, he's a big car guy. It's like you got to make the pilgrimage once to Car Week. It's like Oshkosh, but for car people, I guess is a good way of putting it. Comment down below if you've ever been or if it's on the bucket list. If you're lucky, I'll put a few clips of Car Week at the end of this video, so stay tuned. So what went wrong? Remember last video, we didn't even know if the engine was good. We're like, oh my gosh, did the engine just grenade itself? An engine shutting off when it shouldn't is not a good sign. Luckily, it was just at idle. It did no damage. That was the best news of all. So they called, they got it in, Chandler Air Service. These guys did a phenomenal job getting us in quick, having the expertise to fix the problem, and doing it at a fair price. Really good things to say about them. But anyway, so what was the problem? The problem did indeed originate from that STC spin-on oil filter adapter. You have to make sure you're using the correct seals and gaskets that are for this STC part. Scott the mechanic walked me through what was wrong. I'm going to do my best job reiterating it to you guys. But basically, on this adapter, there is a copper washer up top, and there is a fiber washer below. Metal on top, fiber below. So he removes it to see what's wrong. Maybe it's missing the seal, maybe the seal's damaged, maybe it has the wrong gasket, or maybe there's a crack in the adapter itself. He takes it apart, takes it off, starts to go through it.
Time out. So the next 5 minutes was going to be me trying to explain exactly what happened with this plane and exactly what the problem was. But after reviewing the clips, I realized I did a really bad job. It was all over the place, a little sloppy, and I wasn't prepared with the part numbers, the exact AD numbers, the service bulletin information, or exactly what the solution to this problem is. So I ended up jotting down some notes in my phone so I can explain it in a much more concise and clear way. Okay, so let's get into this. What I was saying a second ago is accurate. When new, the spin-on oil filter adapter kit came with, of course, the adapter, the oil filter, and it came with 2 gaskets or washers. The top one is made of copper. It's a copper crush washer. So the bottom one is the one that's notorious for splitting, getting smushed, and allowing oil to just pour out of it, draining all the oil from the engine, causing the engines to blow up and causing these crashes that unfortunately have resulted in numerous deaths. You guys saw me talk about that last video. Scary stuff. So I wasn't exactly sure of all the ADs last video, but now I am sure of everything, and I'm sure of the problem now, because sure enough, our problem originated from a stupid 10-cent gasket. Let me explain. So after a ton of bad press, complaints, crashes, and even calls for the FAA to put in place an AD to prevent these accidents happening in the future, the spin-on oil filter adapter company was like, oh shoot, we have to make a change. Something has to happen. So they put out a service bulletin June 17, 2021, SB001 Revision B. Stratus Tools basically said, hey, we realized this might not have been the best design with the fiber gasket on the bottom. They said, quote, due to the reports of oil leakage at the fiber gasket on some spin-on oil filters, we've put out this service bulletin calling for the removal of all fiber gaskets. They're pretty subtle with the whole some aircraft, given that there have been numerous accidents and people dying over this, but okay. So at least they're fessing up to their mistake and putting out this service bulletin to try to right their wrongs and get the crappy fiber gaskets out of there and replace them with something better. And their idea of better is replacing that bottom fiber gasket with a copper metal crush nut washer in its place. So now you have upper copper and lower copper metal on both ends. And I'm guessing this had pretty decent results right out the gate, so much so that the FAA turned that service bulletin into an airworthiness directive, a big AD, meaning every single plane has to comply with it to continue to be airworthy. So this full-blown AD came out April 4th, 2022, stating that within 50 hours or at your next oil change, you must remove the fiber gasket FM07, that's the bad one, and replace it with the second copper crush nut washer at the bottom, AN900-28 is the part number for the copper one. So this is basically the same thing that the service bulletin said, just in the form of an AD, so there's no getting around it, you have to do it, mandated by the FAA. So in mid-2022, anyone with this spin-on oil filter adapter for the list of Continental engines with the certain STC had to comply with this. I'm sure it helped, But in our case, guess what? Our plane had, drum roll please, 2 metal copper washers. Just like it should have been after the AD. That should solve the problem. No, it nearly blew up our engine and caused an emergency situation and possibly worse. So I'm really frustrated with that, but there's more to the story. This is where it gets really interesting. So with the 2 copper crush nut washers in there, problem must be solved, right? There's not gonna be anyone having issues besides us, you know, we're just like a fluke, right? No, of course not. Turns out some other people were also having the same oil leakage even after complying with the AD and installing the proper copper washers and of course torquing it properly and doing all the other steps that they say. Well, that AD 2022-4-4 was superseded by an AD on April 17th of this year, 2023, and guess what that new AD said? Well, it said that the FM07 fiber gasket must be removed, duh, and that the copper one be installed. Or, this is a big or, the new stainless steel, oh geez, polytetrafluoroethylene gasket, there we go, part number ST07 from Stratus Tools be installed. Bingo, ding, 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 ding. So guess what? They listened. They realized the design was flawed and they got into the trenches to try to fix it. And as we found out, the second copper didn't do enough. So they went back to the drawing board to see how they could make it better. And they came out with this reinforced stainless steel gasket that's both resilient to oil seeping past, but also it has the strength with the stainless steel in there so it doesn't just get squished. And this new final, most recent AD gives you the choice between 2 coppers or the 1 copper up top and the new reinforced fancy designed one. And if you really care, in that new AD, they also corrected some small errors. They by accidentally included some engines on the original AD that should not have been on there, and they also missed out on some engines that should have been on there. So they got those properly corrected, and it sounds like case closed. Everyone's happy as of now. But then again, I'm still not happy that no one's really talking about this. There are thousands of airplanes out there running these oil filter adapters. I know that because a huge chunk of them are in the comment section of last video saying like, you know, thanks for the heads up, I'm gonna go check it out to make sure it's not leaking. Okay, that's a good start, but at your next annual or even right away, I would probably recommend checking in the logs, talking to your mechanic, and if they installed the 2 copper washers to comply with that AD, I would probably recommend going a step further, even though you don't need to. You're legal with the 2 copper washers because it gives you the choice. But if I were you, I would elect to swap out the bottom copper for the new upgraded stainless steel reinforced polyethylene one, okay? That one. Because, case in point, we had the 2 copper washers and we were minutes away from our engine exploding and the plane coming to the ground quicker than we would have liked, okay? So there you go. I hope you followed along. I know that was a very complicated explanation for something so simple. A stupid 10-cent washer gasket is causing all of this chaos in the industry with 2 ADs, multiple service bulletins, people dying. Like this is crazy over something so small. Please comment down below if you also have the new fancy gasket. Have you had any leakage? Have you had any problems? I'm pretty sure they got it fixed with that one. Do we need a third AD to go out there and say, actually don't put on the 2 copper solution, actually go with the new updated ST07 fancy stainless steel gasket? And just to give you guys a visual, these are what the 2 copper crush washers look like. So they are pretty big. I mean, I got big hands and these suckers are huge. This was a spare set that the owner gave with the plane, you know, because you're supposed to replace them every few years or whatever. But here, these will not be going back on. From here on out, we're definitely going with the updated bottom gasket instead of the bottom copper, but pretty cool. But as of now, I can rest easy because the mechanic was very familiar with this issue. He knew what he was doing. He ordered the new kit, which includes the copper one and the new stainless steel one. He installed it properly, he torqued it properly, and it's a good idea to top it off with that final red torque seal, I'm calling it, so that you can see if it starts to loosen, it will break that seal. So the mechanic down there did all of that, and there has not been a drop of oil leaking out of that area since. So we're about to talk numbers, so let's get back in the plane. Everything from here on out is correct and accurate. And stick around because when we land in California, we are going straight to Monterey Car Week, and there's probably $100 million worth of cars shown in these upcoming clips. And let's just say we might have done a little supercar shopping while we were up there. So take a look, you're gonna enjoy it, watch till the end. And without further ado, let's talk total cost to sort out this issue once and for all.
I'm sure you guys are wondering the cost for these parts. So $35 gasket set, from Tempest Oil, whatever. And then, of course, while you're in there, you do an oil change because everything's apart. So the oil filter, 40 bucks. The 9 quarts of Phillips, $9.50 each, 86 bucks. And to do all that with the oil change, 1.25 hours of labor at 125 bucks, $156 in labor. To do all that, diagnose it, fix it, do the oil change, put it all back together, re-seal it, you know, with like safety wire, and he put on this strike mark or something so that if it ever rotates, you'll see it breaking that seal if it starts to spin off. So he tightened it down, he torqued it properly, should not be an issue. And obviously we're 3 hours into this flight. Been perfect. Dialed in. Running perfect. So I got to clear off the belly. I think they actually cleaned down the belly a little bit, but I got to wipe it down spotless so that's the first indication. If we ever see a ton of oil, like excess amount of oil on the belly, that something could be up. Are you kidding me? Not bad. That's a smoking deal. That is great. We dodged a bullet. I was very worried.
Well, now you got a great plane with a great setup here. This panel is awesome.
All right, fresh oil change now. Back to my controls. I've been flying most of it, so here we go. Smooth sailing, no huge bumps. I think we should be picking up a little bit of a tailwind soon. I really hope, because we got to make up time. Bakersfield approach, Centurion 6661 X-ray 8500.
Centurion 6661 X-ray Bakersfield approach, Bakersfield altimeter 2970.
7061 X-ray.
350 feet, turn 10 degrees left for that traffic.
High to low, look out below.
I remember that saying from our ground school course, Pilot Institute. Guys, if you ever want to learn how to fly,
Wind to middle seal 310.
Pilot Institute, link down below. You can save a little bit when you sign up. Best ground school in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Love their course.
Been telling my students to go check it out.
Good stuff. All right, well, it's getting dark, so we'll catch you descending into busy Bay Area, San Francisco area, California, Palo Alto.
I'm going to cheat a little bit just because this is a shorter runway.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Dip down towards the runway.
Sure, yep.
Runway's made. I'm going to go to idle.
Yep. Yeah, you're good, 80.
We made it, boys.
Bingo.
Bam. Well guys, it's that time of the year again. Car Week 2023 is upon us, and I'm here to bring you guys some awesome content from all that's going on here at Monterey. We're kicking it off at the Quail car show, probably the greatest car show in the country all year. Without further ado, let's roll into a beautiful cinematic edit of Quail 2023. Okay, another one of my favorite cars here at the Quail. This 2003 40th anniversary Stick Mercy. Now you might be saying, well, how rare is a stick on the 40th anniversary? Well, not very rare, because every single one had a 6-speed manual because it's 2003. E-Gear came out in 04, I believe, so kind of cool to see it. It's not super rare, but they still command a massive amount of money. And this is the first time I've seen one in person to really truly appreciate that crazy paint and all the nice carbon bits. So I am a big fan. James the Stradman has one, but this paint is so cool. Really hard to capture on video, but this thing is just gorgeous. Check it out, guys, the Rimac Nevera. I surely hope you've seen our YouTube video posted 2 years ago when we went to the factory in Croatia and took one of these out on the test track and went full send. Okay, track mode. That was definitely one of the coolest experiences ever, hanging out with the team, getting the tour of the whole factory. This thing is next level, so very good to see it here. I haven't seen this one in particular with this spec, but what do you guys think of the green stripes? That's very, very unique, and it goes with the whole booth theme here. Wow, no wonder I've never seen this spec. It says Time Attack Limited Edition down there, so I guess this is a special Nevera. You know, normally when you see one of the big 5 Ferraris, they are absolutely spotless, not a speck of dirt on them. But check out this Enzo. This thing is a driver. I love to see it. Look at all the bugs. This is so cool. I don't think I've seen a single Enzo with dirt on it. And this one even has a crack in the windshield. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to know how much this windshield is to replace. Comment down below your guess. Probably like 20 grand. So here's the car with probably the most hype all day. The quad turbo V12 Zenvo. This thing is absolutely stunning. Look at the carbon work, look at this paint. I love a nice metallic blue. Beautiful tan interior. Oh, what the heck? Oh, what in the world? That was totally not planned. The aviation lover inside of me is now extra. What? That was so random. Cars and planes. So like I was saying, I think it's like 1,800 horsepower, 3,000 pounds, $2.5 million, I think. But hey, what do you guys think? Is it time we finally buy a hypercar? I ask that every Quail, and people seem to think it's a good idea to sell all of our cars and get one hypercar. Okay guys, which is your favorite 959 spec? Black, white? Whoa, this one's super cool. Wow, stunning. How many miles? Only 198? No way this car only has 198 miles. What do you guys think about this one? Green over tan? This thing is gorgeous. Look at this interior. It says 0 miles. All right, something ain't adding up. All right, and lastly, we got this one here. Oh, again, with the cool interiors. The burgundy, it says 350 miles. Are you kidding me? Who's gonna start driving their 959? Oh, what the heck, here's 3 more. Okay, we got more to choose from. You guys want the orange one? Whoa. Okay, hold up, this might be my favorite spec. We have like a dark olive green over brown with 872 miles. Look at that. Okay guys, comment down below. Which 959 spec? God dang, these new Bugattis are just crazy. Look at the taillights. Cento Dice. Oh my gosh. Dang, all these crazy cars. What a dog doing? And one more 959. All right, you got one more to pick from.
These skies have a different light. Why noise that keeps me up at night? I can't help but think back to you. I wish that I could find a face that I would recognize. I replay the memory of you. It's been hard, you know I wanted to stay caught us off guard, but there was no other way. Did you ever